Hello everyone and welcome along to a brand new episode of Motor Town. I am so glad to be back recording after the weekend. It's been a long weekend. It's been a long day today. I'm recording this the day before obviously, and I've just spent my entire morning building flat pack furniture. My favourite thing to do in the whole world. But here we are, getting the recording done for this episode, and well, I've done a bit of things. I've done things off camera. Um, as you can see, this isn't where the camper used to be. The camper is now here. I did not drive this here, but it's here, and it's actually going to stay here. This is where this camper specifically is going to stay. We're going to get more campers, but I've got my I think it's a Janussi semi and a new trailer which has been slightly modified up here at the coal pickup point. I'm not going to say the name of the area because I simply can't, but I have never done coal before. So I went and bought a dumper and decided to do some coal. What's going to give me the most? Dasa Harbour is. Yeah. That's a long journey. That's slightly shorter. That's like round the corner. That's how I got here. Let's... Ooh, decisions. Let's do this one because it's about to expire. Coal has quite an unusual texture, but I discovered that my winch doesn't seem to be working. I can't figure out why it's not working, but I did find a new and exciting way of detaching a trailer at high speed. Oh dear. Let's try that again in 6 low lock. We got here no problem at all. That gear change kinda got me there. Let's have a run at this. I got here absolutely no issue at all. It was with no trailer, of course. I spawned the trailer down here, and it was just the truck cab that I used to drive here, and it did so well, so unbelievably well getting here. Didn't have to recover it even once. Yeah, we just don't have the weight over the front wheels. Let's try that again, but with a proper run-up. That would be really irritating if I can't even get out of the pickup point. So we're in sport, we're in 6 low lock. Oh, we would have made that as well. The truck is definitely trying. Just don't have the grip. Right, one more try and let's try not to hit the trailer. And I think I'll take it at a different angle. I've not done any of the off-road stuff, so I will be making quite a few mistakes, but that's okay. I do have some comments to read out for this episode as well. Quite a few came in over the weekend, so I will get to them once I get out of here. That's more like it. That would make for quite a screenshot actually. There we are. I wanted to check. There does seem to be a button. If I find the options in here somewhere, controls, And I've seen other people hide at the user interface. Shift and no, Shift and F. I'll have to try them. Alt Z. Let's try that. That brings up other things. There it is. So there is a way to hide the user interface. I asked that, I think, on episode 1, and it's taken me all this time to remember that that's something I actually want to do every now and again. But of course, in one of the earlier episodes, this truck got a bit of an upgrade, which has made it reasonably powerful. Very capable. I don't want to sit in Sport or 6 low lock all the time. If I can manage in I take it off of 6 low lock and immediately have to put it back in. If I can manage without it, I won't use it. Very capable truck. Needs a heavier winch on the nose of it though. But like I said, it got up to the pickup point for coal. And absolutely fine. It didn't skip a beat. This is a muddy hill. Of course, a gear change ruins it for us yet again. Very slidey. I should probably put it in sport so I can rev higher, and I might need to put it into manual mode, which I'm not overly enthusiastic about the idea of that. I'm really going to struggle to get a proper run up this hill. But I will certainly try. Second hill, second problem. That's where I get stuck taking this little off-road U-turn area. If in doubt, brute force your way out. Almost. I could really use the winch. Yeah, that's just going to cause us to overheat. And we don't want that to happen. Building some funny shapes in this truck just now. Let's try going up the other side. Of course, we're kind of stuck in a bit of a dip now, so unless we figure this out, we're not going far. Of course. Alright, let's see if we can figure out how we can get this winch to work. I want it... Oh, too far. I want it out of the mud. And let's have a look at the controls one more time and see. Controls. We're on keyboard, so Left shift to do a burnout, okay. Where are we? Shift and V. We'll give that a shot. Yeah, it's not doing anything. Try the other shift. Maybe I need the winch controller. Try that one. Combination of power and the winch. The winch just doesn't have the grunt, it doesn't look like. I mean, the winch is now working, so there's that. We are slowly crawling our way up this hill. Add more powerful winch to the shopping list. Now if I unhook this winch, is it going to fall back down the hill? Already holding something. Away then. Try pulling it over here. Pick up the winch controller again. Oh, the pain. The absolute pain. If it's like this with coal, iron is much heavier. But there is progress being made. Painfully slow progress, but progress. There we are. Now let's cut the winch cable, see if we have enough power to pull ourselves up now. Absolutely kind of do. There we are, take it back into comfort. We'll keep it in 6 slow lock because I'm going to need it. What I might do is, this might be an episode where I do my first actual cut. We've seen the road to dasa, so once we get off of the bumpy stuff, I might cut out the rest of the journey. Lovely. See, the truck doesn't suffer power-wise, just traction. Let's get a bit of speed for this next hill. Momentum is key when you're off-roading. There we are. Much easier. I'm much happier now that I know how to work the winch. As with most things, it turns out it was a bit of user error. That almost looked like we got error there. For some reason this trail also has quite a few almost lag spots in it. Just when I'm going around corners and things like that. Don't know why. Maybe I have too many spawned vehicles since I have almost the entire fleet still spawned in. I should probably start thinking about despawning the ones that I'm not using. Gonna crash again. Yep. Damage the radiator as well. Awesome. So how's the start of your guys' week then? Hopefully it's been a decent start to the week. And hopefully you guys still have this insanely good weather that we currently have where I am. It's absolutely boiling still. It's been a warm weekend and it's still warm just now. A little bit of 6 low lock for climbing up that. And then the frames drop again. Don't know why they've been doing that today. They did it on the way here as well, even when I wasn't recording. Obviously when I record it, there's a little bit more strain on the computer and the likes, but the recording software's not skipped a beat, it's just the game that is. I think it's doing it on purpose. It's every time I turn a corner, it wants me to crash into that, like off the side of the cliff into a pile of mud. I believe I'm through the worst of stuff now. It didn't look like a shortcut. Is this a mistake? You never know if a shortcut's really a shortcut or just a trap. That one seemed to work out, didn't really save us much, but cut the edge off the corner. Full speed across the bridge, or it would be if I had frames for it. Come on. Ooh, that's a big pile of mud in front. Try and hit it at speed. Just power my way through it. Oh, that's a bit sneaky, putting mud before bridge on a corner. That's not the one I wanted. I wanted to turn it into comfort and keep it in 4-wheel drive high range. There we are. We're almost back onto what could almost be classed as a main road. That's a tree. Don't hit the tree. Oof. Only when I turn. It's very unusual. Very, very unusual. maybe reload the game when I do the cut in the video before we get to our destination to see how much money this is actually going to make us, because this is terrible frames. Yeah, we're getting there. The frames are slightly better now. I did a game reload and it's improved. I also noticed I was for some reason running it windowed full screen instead of just full screen, which obviously puts a little bit more strain on the computer, which for an old computer I'm asking it to do an awful lot. I think we're through the majority of the tough stuff now. Just a couple of hills to get through, but once we get back onto the main beaten path, I'll set it off on autopilot and we'll have a look at these comments now that we've fixed our technical difficulties. I think the biggest issue is my computer is actually quite old. How it's held on for so long I will never know, but it still works, and I'm very fond of it because I was given my computer back in the day actually, basically as a bag of parts, and nothing worked. Absolutely nothing worked on it. I had to resolder the motherboard and everything just to get the thing to post. So I'm quite fond of it. It's just maybe time for a bit of an upgrade. Which is fine. It's one of those things. I knew the day would come when that happened, but didn't expect it just yet. I suppose you never do expect it when when that day arrives, but here it is. So we know what I'll be doing later. I will be shopping for computers. I think what I'll do is, rather than just replacing the parts on my current system, I think I'll buy a full other system, and then I can have a machine dedicated to editing. Because by far most of the time to make these videos is taken up with rendering the edits. And for a half-hour video it takes about an hour and a half. For an hour video you're about 3 hours, and that's 3 hours of not being able to really do anything else. But that's absolutely fine. I'll see what I can do about it. Oh dear. A hill? This truck's arch nemesis is a hill. But this should bring... I was thinking about it while I was waiting for the game to reload. This should bring in really good money, in fact. This has the potential. I can't actually be bothered to do the maths, but this has the potential to beat my Sunday episode, and where, of course, this is going to take a lot longer to get the money, but I keep trying to find quicker and quicker ways of making that magic 1,000,000 gold an hour. The fastest you can make 1,000,000 that I've found so far is about 250,000 in about 15 minutes worth of work, depending on the routes you take, the vehicles you use, etc, etc. With my setup I was able to do it in about 15 minutes while recording, which means it takes a little bit longer, and I think it was about 250,000 I got, as near as matters to it. But if you haven't seen that episode, that was Sunday's episode, so 2 episodes ago. I believe it was episode 20. Could have been episode 19. Ooh, I can't remember now. And I've got last week's notes put away already. don't worry, you're not going to have to sit through the entire 20-mile drive down to Desa Harbour. Once we're back on the tarmac, if you will. I'll show a little bit of it, and then I might stick it on autopilot and do a time lapse. That's maybe a thing to do. It's been a long time since I did anything on time lapse. Let me know in the comments, do you prefer jump cuts or time lapses for long distance journeys? Okay, now that we're on the main road, let's get into the comments. It's been one of these days today. This is another cut in the video. Somebody came at my door, and my dog was very unhappy with it, but it was way too loud to leave in the video. So he's this no edit thing has really gone out the window with this video. I'm gonna spend ages cutting all the bits and pieces out. So, to the comments we have on day 18, the getaway driver episode, we have Mr. Tech Black Dog, who said, nice car launch at 18 minutes and 23 seconds. That's when I think I launched the Ferrari over the dealership. Cool screenshot too, and great blue paint. Game got colour codes, I'll note the colours. That would be good, because I tried to paint my Campy with Mr. Tech Black Dog's colour schemes it used, and I was more or less guessing at the actual shades and things. FYI, if you are in a police car and or police bike, the getaway driver marker don't on the getaway car. But if you or me are out of the cop car, the marker will say, so the car's just like a parked car. If you're the police, I get that. That's an awesome little detail, actually. Also, if you stay with the getaway car after the job, you will get wanted by cops even if you're not doing anything. Getaway car despawns fast. I hopped out to get a screenshot when I lined up the shot car despawn. That's a bit of a shame. I've noticed that with them, like with the recovery vehicles as well. Once they're delivered, they disappear pretty quick. Something odd, if you have a tow hook and a taxi license on the same car, you can't hook the trailer to taxi. Trailer can be hooked before the taxi license, but you can unhook the trailer. That's... So you can't do cargo and passenger with the same vehicle at the same time, basically. That's okay. Maybe just upgrade the ride height and anti-roll bars to the Campy, make it more off-road capable, or just drive easier, less rolly. Yeah, that's that would be easier, but I also quite like the fact that you can just wiggle it a little bit and slap its backside off the road. It's quite amusing. Make it more. I made my garbage truck set up as much as it can be for off-roading. Plus 10 ride height off the suspension and sway bars. Yeah, I need to get a garbage truck. That's on the ever-growing shopping list. And he continues to say, I was leveling up police level last night, saw a car, didn't have a tow marker on it, so stopped and looked. Then I got out and marker showed up. I was thinking easy tow job. Some of the small details blow my mind. Got to love the small things in Motortown for that. What made a game great? Absolutely, that I fully agree. Motortown is absolutely awesome. It's not 100%, but it's still in development, and that's that's almost a requirement for me. I don't like finished games. I like games that are still being worked on, still being cared for, and Motortown really shows that well, that the developers care about their project and they put the little details in, and they're constantly improving and changing things to show how much they care, and it really comes across in the gameplay. It's an awesome game. And to the next comment, so This was a comment from Taxi, D19, and it is also from Mr. Tech Black Dog. It says, Mr. Ghosty, you should try high-speed jumps and or crash on motorbike, just for fun. If you use a police bike, you don't have to pay for repair bills and fuel. Bikes can easily be flipped just by hitting X. Rescue services are 90% off when you are the law, when you're the police. That's good to know. I also watch Mr. Bug too, and that's why I tried Motortown. I have to admit, me as well. I came across Mr. Bug's videos, and it was coming up to my birthday, and everyone was asking me what I wanted, and I was like, a couple of games I want: Motortown and Derail Valley. And Motortown was the one that I got, and I've been playing it every single day since. So if you haven't seen Mr. Bug's content, how's the cupboard that you're hiding in treating you, for a start? And definitely go and check him out. He's got a slightly different take on Motortown than my content, but he still makes absolutely fantastic content, shows the game off really well, and seems like an all-round fantastic content creator. So if you do go and check his content out, let him know that I sent you across, and my thumbs up from me. Very much a fan of Mr. Bug. He has two channels, Mr. Bug and Mr. Bug Extra, and both of them are definitely worth a watch and a subscribe. And on that note, you can also subscribe to me if you haven't done so already. That would be very much appreciated. And the comment carries on to say, for Taxi, I like the Servos 30k at Farm North of Fishing Village. It's a 5-star comfort. That's pretty decent actually for 30 grand. Each time I upgrade a vehicle, I drop about 100k on it. The limo cost me 244 coins / gold and 120 plus upgrades. No motor upgrades and 4,000 in headlights, 2 on side mirrors and 2 just in front of the rear doors, pointed out the side at 35% and 10% down. Comfort is great for XP bonus. Taxi gives times 2 coin for each XP. I didn't know that. That's potentially heavily exploitable. I might look into a way of making silly money with it. And he goes on to say, like Cop Car Spotlight, with where he's put his headlights on his limo, and if on bike should only need rescue services if you go into the water or land on something you can't get out of, like between a hillside and a road barrier. I'd 100% somehow managed to land on a hillside between a hill and a barrier underwater. It's me. I have a passion and a great ability for crashing. It's more than a hobby, it's a way of life. And the next comment is on day 20, how to make $1 million an hour. And it is again from Mr. Tech Black Dog. And he says, at 19 minutes 15 seconds, that's the shortcut I use with my garbage truck. I'm starting to find the shortcuts. I'm slowly getting there. I will start to take big chunks out of the map. I asked about everyone's weekend, and his response to that was, my weekend went to the gaming shop and tried to get in some tabletop gaming. I socialised a bit and showed one person how to play Robo Rally. Been a bit of a shut-in since 2020. That's understandable. A lot of people have been a bit of a shut-in from that particular year. Myself included, although I've always been a bit of a shut-in. I prefer to be inside than out. I'd rather be in front of a screen than in front of the sun. I can always get a wallpaper from my computer that is a picture of the sun and get a tan that way. Best job for me is garbage truck. Lots of coins / gold and fun throwing bags around. It is, if they go where they're supposed to. And if you don't keep pushing the wrong button. I keep pushing the wrong button and it bugs me. Also seeing how many bags I can get in after the truck is full. Best so far is full truck plus 23 bags. That's mental. That's, I think, more than even Mr. Bug's been able to. That's absolutely mental. I'd love to see a screenshot of your garbage truck with 23 bags on it. That would 100% get a big shiny showcase right in the middle of a video. That one would. That's insane. Keeping bags on top is hard. I would imagine so. But if you manage to do it, that's a huge payday. The bus driver is not so great. The GPS map going nuts. Which way to go? It's a pain. Or doing bus routes without any passengers. No rider equals no bus XP. Yeah, that's true. The GPS isn't the best in the game. Well, there's one of my buses just now. How well timed. That was completely unplanned. The GPS is not the best. But what I found is if you route your own bus routes, you can kinda cover the base for most things. And if you make your own bus route through your company, you can then drive that route yourself. You don't have to have it for company use only. And if you know where you're going, I don't necessarily follow the GPS most of the time anyway. It's not overly useful. He goes on to give me his colour codes for the campies, so at some point I'll bring the campy into a repair centre, get these colour codes put on, and that way it matches it a little bit better. Let's see, Robo Rally, he was playing the 2024 version, but I also play the old rules, and what needed to it, the 1994 version. I don't actually know that game, if I'm being completely honest. I'll look into it though, because I like all games, so the more games I know, the better. So I'll definitely look into that one, and get back to you with what I think of it. But that concludes the unresponded comments of the weekend. If you guys want your comments read out in a video, or just want to come and say hello or get a shout out, drop me a comment down below and I read out pretty much all of the comments in upcoming videos. I just cut out, you know, those spammy comments that are clearly a scam. Like, click this link and you'll get 1 million subscribers. No problem. I'll be sure to give that one a go. But yeah, I do enjoy reading out the comments. I'd like to include you guys in the videos and in the channel. There's a couple of ways you can do that. You can obviously like the video. That helps greatly. It promotes the videos on YouTube and lets YouTube know to suggest the videos to new viewers, which helps the channel grow, which builds the community. You can drop a comment, which of course I read them out, I respond to them in the comment section and in future videos. And you can also join my Discord. There's a link in the video description of pretty much every video, where you can jump over onto Discord. It's a really small server just now, but I'm hoping to build it up soon, where you can just straight up have a chat with me. That's I've always got Discord open, like all the time. I have it on my phone, on my computer, on my tablet. Unless I'm recording or driving, I'm pretty much available on Discord. And of course, as always, if you haven't done so already, please hit that subscribe button. It means absolutely massive amounts to me. This channel, analytically, compared to my other channel, which is much larger, this channel is actually more consistent. It's got a steadier growth on it than my bigger channel, which completely boggles my mind. But if we can keep that ball rolling, I am going to be a happy chappy indeed. And if you're interested in my other channel, there hasn't been much content on it recently, because I've been focusing on this channel and building that up. But my other channel is Ghosty Gaming. I'm sure there'll be a link somewhere on the channel for it, but if not, if you just search for @Ghosty Gaming, it should come up. It's a similar styled profile picture and things like that, and yeah, it's a different games that are on that one, different editing style and things like that. which is why I created this channel, because I didn't think that this style of video would fit there. That one's a bit more survival games, horror games, and the likes like that. Rimworld, and I've had that channel for many years, and it's got a million and one things on it, from Farming Simulator to Stone Hearth to Project Zomboid and 7 Days to Die. Whereas this channel, I want to kind of fill a bit of a gap that the other channel had left, and the other channel was having some technical issues on YouTube's end that it was suggested that I make a new channel to overcome. So here we are with Mr. Ghosty, the channel that I'm hoping will one day become the main channel. It's the one that I am certainly just now putting a lot more effort into than the other one. But with that being said, we are 12 miles away from our destination, so I'm going to shut up at this point. I'm going to throw a little time lapse in here, and I'll see you guys when we get down there. Okay, this seems like a good time as any to bring you guys back into regular speed. Did you guys see that stunt driving I did earlier? That was cool. But I wanted to run something past you in the last couple of miles of this journey. It has occurred to me I haven't streamed on this channel as of yet. Would you guys be interested in a Motortown live stream? I'm planning on doing a Farmers Dynasty live stream because I've fixed the issues with that now, so at some point this week I will probably be doing a live stream to bring that back up to where we were roughly in the last episode of Farmers Dynasty, so that I can carry on with that series. But would you guys like to see a Motortown live stream as well? Is that something that interests you? If so, let me know. If not, let me know that as well. You guys get to have a massive input on this channel. If it's not something you want to see, it's not something I'll do. If I don't hear either way, I'll give it a shot, and if it's successful, I'll take that as something that you want. But definitely let me know down below, or over on Discord, either or, whichever suits you guys. Comment section always is good because it keeps the YouTube monster happy, keeps that algorithm well fed. I also realised that the entire time I was reading out the comments, I'd left the truck in 6-low lock, so it was running rather slow. So I took over from the autopilot and drove myself, basically. Almost at our destination now. And it also occurred to me, the truck's got almost 500 miles on it, which is more than a couple. This is of course the very same truck we bought way back in the beginning. First vehicle I bought, I believe, was this one. And it was blue back then, now it's red. If you would rather it be a different colour, let me know that as well. I'm very open to changing the colour of the vehicles. So here we are, down in Dasa Harbour. We're not overly heavy, which is good. Of course, we will be much heavier when we come down here with iron at some point. I'll probably do that this week. We might make this a bit of an off-roading style week, or money-making week. What am I doing? I used to play an awful lot of Euro Truck Simulator, and I would have been able to reverse into a loading dock. First time, every time, no problem at all. And it's just not happening right now. Come on, you can do it. I mean, I could have driven in and reversed out, but where's the fun in that? Right, let's deliver some coal, see how much money we make. We're on 13,266. And this nets us 180,000. That's very much worth it. That's very much worth it. A lot. I think that's the most I've made in a single journey at any one point throughout this playthrough. But yeah, that's a pleasant surprise. I knew it'd be worth a good bit of money, but I just wasn't expecting that much. So, iron's worth more. So we'll definitely have to give that a shot. I think we actually passed the iron on the way to get the coal. It's not that one, it's up here. There's the coal, and there's the iron. So we're actually closer to the iron. Ooh, we definitely need to give that one a shot. We definitely need to give that a shot very soon. The only downside is you've got to come all the way along here, and yeah, it's fine. I will find shortcuts. But that is where I am going to leave this episode for today, guys. Lots of questions through this episode for you guys to comment about. And as always, if you just want to shout out, drop me a comment down below. If you liked this video, hit that like button. I do apologise about the technical difficulties way back at the beginning. That felt like hours ago at this point, but I seem to have resolved them. Turns out my computer was wanting to update something, but that's fine. I'm still going to look at getting another system anyway, just to have a second system. If I have two systems, I can actually put out even more content, because I have more time to actually record instead of having to record and then render and record and then render. It will make life a little bit easier for me. But with all that being said, if you are new to the channel, please feel free to hit that subscribe button. It does help out an awful lot. Now let's see if we can get to 35 subscribers by the end of this week. And if you subscribe, let me know what number of subscribers I had at the point you subscribed, and I'll give you a shout out in a future video for it as well. But thank you all very kindly for watching, and I will see you all tomorrow. Bye for now.